Welcome to Top 10 Amazing Facts. What's bigger than some entire countries and surrounded by water? Islands. And not just your average tropical paradise. From icy tundras to steaming jungles, the world's largest islands are packed with diversity and surprise. Stick around as we count down the 10 largest islands in the world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more eye-opening geography and world trivia. Number 10. Ellesmere Island. 196,236 square kilometers, or 75,767 square miles. Ellesmere Island, located in the far north of Canada's Arctic. It's the third largest island in Canada and part of the territory of Nunavut. This island is practically untouched by humans, with only a few small settlements, mainly for research or Inuit communities. It's home to the Kootenay National Park, one of the most isolated parks in the world, where polar deserts, glaciers, and ice caps stretch for miles. Its rugged peaks and glaciers rise dramatically above frozen fjords, and it's also a sanctuary for musk oxen, Arctic wolves, and polar bears. Fun fact, it's so far north, during summer you can experience midnight sun for weeks on end. Number 9. Great Britain. 209,331 square kilometers, or 80,823 square miles. The beating heart of Western Europe, Great Britain is home to England, Scotland, and Wales, and nearly 67 million people. It's the most populated island in the top 10 by far. Historically, it's where the Industrial Revolution began, and it played a central role in shaping the modern world through the British Empire. From the iconic London skyline to Stonehenge, Loch Ness, and Snowdonia, this island packs a punch in culture, history, and scenery. The climate is mild and rainy, perfect for those famous rolling green hills. Fun fact, Great Britain has more than 1,500 castles. Number 8. Victoria Island. 217,291 square kilometers, or 83,897 square miles. Back to Arctic Canada. Victoria Island is so remote that many Canadians have never even heard of it, despite it being larger than Great Britain. It lies partially in Nunavut and the Northwest Territories, and its landscape is dominated by tundra, ice, and shallow lakes. One unique feature is the world's largest island within a lake on an island in a lake on an island. A real tongue twister that exists on Victoria Island. The few who live here are mainly indigenous Inuit, who rely on traditional hunting and fishing. The wildlife includes Arctic foxes, caribou, and migratory birds during the short summer thaw. Number 7. Honshu. 227,938 square kilometers, or 88,000 square miles. Honshu is the main island of Japan, home to Tokyo, the world's most populous metropolitan area, with over 37 million residents. This island has it all, from ultra-modern cities and ancient temples to mountains, rice fields, and cherry blossoms. It's also home to Mount Fuji, a symbol of Japan and an active volcano. Honshu has been the center of Japanese history, culture, and innovation for centuries. Despite its size, it's extremely mountainous, with limited flatland, which explains Japan's dense cities and vertical architecture. Did you know? Honshu stretches over 1,300 kilometers, or 810 miles in length. Number 6. Sumatra. 443,000 square kilometers, or 171,000 square miles. Sumatra is the largest island in Indonesia that lies entirely within one country. It's part of the Ring of Fire, which means it's packed with volcanoes, earthquakes, and tsunamis. Its rainforests are among the richest on Earth, but they're under threat due to palm oil production and logging. Endangered animals like the Sumatran tiger, orangutan, and rhino still survive here. Culturally, Sumatra is incredibly diverse, home to dozens of ethnic groups including the Batak and Minangkabau people. Interesting fact, the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami struck off Sumatra's coast, killing over 230,000 people across 14 countries. Number 5. Baffin Island. 507,451 square kilometers, or 195,928 square miles. Located in Arctic Canada, Baffin Island is the largest island in the country and fifth largest in the world. Its dramatic landscapes include fjords, ice fields, and soaring cliffs that rise above the Arctic Ocean. The Inuit people have inhabited Baffin for thousands of years, living in harmony with a challenging environment. It's a hub for Arctic wildlife like narwhals, belugas, seals, and polar bears. Did you know? The name Baffin comes from English explorer William Baffin, who charted the island in the 1600s. Number 4. Madagascar, 587,000 square kilometers, or 226,658 square miles. Separated from Africa for over 8 million years, Madagascar is often called the eighth continent due to its stunning biodiversity. Over 90% of its wildlife is found nowhere else on Earth, including lemurs, chameleons, and the famous baobab trees. The island is also home to a rich mix of cultures, combining African, Asian, and French influences. The capital, Antananarivo, sits in the highlands and features bustling markets and colonial architecture. Madagascar is plagued by deforestation and poverty, but remains one of the world's most unique ecosystems. Number 3. Borneo, 168,000 square kilometers, or 288,869 square miles. Borneo is the only island in the world that is politically shared by 3 countries: Indonesia, Malaysia, and Brunei. Its rainforests are some of the oldest on Earth, over 130 million years old, and teeming with biodiversity. Borneo is home to pygmy elephants, clouded leopards, and the iconic Bornean orangutan. Logging and palm oil plantations have drastically reduced forest cover, but conservation efforts are ongoing. The mountainous interior is sparsely populated, while major cities like Kuching and Balikpapan lie along the coast. Number 2. New Guinea, 785,753 square kilometers, or 303,381 square miles. New Guinea is the second largest island in the world and home to the most diverse range of human languages. Over 800. The western half belongs to Indonesia, while the eastern half is the independent nation of Papua New Guinea. It's one of the most biologically and culturally rich places on Earth. Towering mountains, tropical jungles, and deep river valleys make much of the island difficult to access. Some tribes have had minimal contact with the outside world. Puncak Jaya, at over 4,800 meters, is the highest mountain between the Himalayas and the Andes. Number 1. Greenland, 2,130,800 square kilometers, or 822,700 square miles. And finally, taking the number 1 spot, Greenland, the largest island in the world. That's not considered a continent. Though it's part of the Kingdom of Denmark, Greenland has its own government and culture. Despite its icy name, the coastlines are home to communities where people live in colorful houses near majestic fjords. The interior is a vast ice sheet, making it crucial in climate change research. Scientists monitor Greenland's melting glaciers closely as they directly impact global sea levels. Fun fact, if all of Greenland's ice melted, it would raise sea levels by over 7 meters. Bonus fact, why isn't Australia on this list? Isn't it an island too? That's a great question, and one of the most common geographic misconceptions. Australia is surrounded by water just like an island, but it's officially classified as a continent, not an island. Why? Because of its continental shelf, unique tectonic plate, and massive landmass. At 7.7 million square kilometers, or 2.97 million square miles, it's far too big and geologically complex to be grouped with typical islands. So, while Australia may look like an island on the map, it's truly in a league of its own. From tropical jungles to Arctic wilderness, the world's largest islands are full of wonder, history, and natural beauty. Like this video? Tap that thumbs up button, subscribe, and share with your fellow explorers. See you in the next video.